Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am Santino Semitelli, and I have been a prominent figure in both Marvel and DC Comics for over a decade now. I have worked extensively on stories and illustrations through my time here. Some of my notable works are Marvel Civil War Part 2 and Venom. Before I came onto the comic scene, I worked in child psychology for a couple of years, studying the effects of fictional characters on the adolescent human brain. I am always asked the question by parents at Comic-Cons and conventions, should my children look up to superheroes? And my answer is always, hell yes. I'm a big advocate for children looking up to superheroes. I have been asked to speak here today to convince some of these skeptical parents why you should definitely let your children look up to superheroes. So I'm not here today to tell you that your children should idolize and look up to superheroes. Just the superheroes. No way. Children should always look up to their parents first. That's an important life lesson. You're the people that instill morals and beliefs in your children that they will carry throughout their lives and hopefully pass on to future generations. Superheroes are those fictional characters that your children should look up to be inspired and amazed by. Most of you in the audience may have read the article, the only article, mind you, that says that superheroes are the worst possible role models for children today. This man is Professor Michael Lamb from the University of Cambridge. Professor Lamb is a very committed liberal, stated by lawyer David H. Thompson, who worked a case with Professor Lamb. Professor Lamb believes that superheroes teach our kids to develop into super masculinists, and he also states that they become too macho for modern-day society. Superheroes such as Iron Man, Tony Stark, apparently teach kids to disrespect women at a young age. Give me a break. If every child who read a comic book took them so literal, like this professor states, then our world would be in a far worse predicament than it already is. The problem with all of these facts proposed by Professor Lamb is he has no actual evidence to back any of it up. No research, no stats, no statistics, nothing. Kind of like most liberal arguments, no facts backing up any of the points. Axel Alazno, editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, responded to Professor Lamb in a response, stating, kids need superheroes. While parents should be the role models for life, superheroes remind a child of the moral compass necessary to navigate them through the universe, fraught with thrills and dangers. Dr. Lawrence Rubin, a New York City psychiatrist, detailed in his book, Using Superheroes in Counseling and Play Therapy, documents of positive effects of comic books heroes on children. After showing Avengers comic books and movies to patients, they were able to express their emotions a lot easier to their doctors. There is also a line between kids looking up to superheroes and actually wanting to become superheroes. Kids who look up to heroes often connect with the heroes on an emotional level, seeing themselves as the heroes sometimes. This allows children to be more socially open and accepting. For instance, a perfect example is a traumatic experience for a child, such as losing one or more of their parents at an early age. That is something very difficult to deal with. But take Batman, for instance. He lost his parents as well. If you, as a child, needed something to connect with on an emotional level, or to look up to someone, Batman is your guy, your hero. Or now imagine you're an underprivileged child, and your mom has trouble paying the rent in the apartment you two occupy. Spider-Man would be there to connect with that child because his Aunt May has trouble paying his rent too. Every trait that a hero possesses allows the child to connect with the hero in some way, because every hero has a backstory. It is an escape for the child, and knowing that a superhero they look up to made it through is an inspiration and hope that they might not get elsewhere. If you have concerns for your kids that they may actually want to become crime-fighting vigilantes, don't fret. The last instance of a case of a child being injured, or in this case being killed, was a 5-year-old boy simply known as Valento, of Jakarta in 2014. He was upset he could not see Spider-Man 2 because his brother was sick, so he tried to climb out the window like Spider-Man and fell to his death. This child also had a little bit of ADHD, kind of crazy schizophrenic kind of actions. Also love to impersonate kind of cartoon characters you saw on TV. So this was a very, you know, easy, shut, tight, closed case. He was just a little bit of a whack kid, so, I mean, can't blame comic books on that because he impersonated a ton of other, like, Looney Tunes characters, Pokemon, like, a ton of other different cartoon characters. So don't fret about that. Parents, as you can see, that there is no real reason why you should pull the Batman comics from your kid's bookshelf, not purchase that next Iron Man Halloween costume they long for, or change the channel when Teen Titans comes on. Superheroes are actually good for your kids to look up to. They provide comfort, inspiration, and motivate your kids to be better every day of their life. But remember, each one of you is the true hero in your child's life. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Santino Somatelli, and I hope you take this into considerations that superheroes are actually good for your children. Thank you.